You know, one of the other things about using a diary, I think, when you're writing a book, is that it brings up all sorts of notions about being the writer, being the one who's in control of your story. You know, when you write a diary, you are becoming a sort of writer. You're deciding what you write down. That's always present when you're writing a memoir, even.
Yeah.
You know, you're sort of being honest, but at the end of the day, you're the one deciding what you're comfortable saying, and you know, you decide what you leave out and what you focus on. You know, you're shining the lamp wherever you want to and illuminating what bits of your life you think are interesting and that you're comfortable sharing.
Because to me, growing up where I did in like coal mining village in Scotland, I thought Suburbia, when I saw it on television, was completely exotic.
Yes.
I thought it was some kind of paradise, like Logan's Run, the future, where you didn't have to die. And you really destroyed that image for me. I was suffocating by the time, you know, I got to the end of the diaries.
And it was a great place to be a child, but then the drawback is being a teenager in Suburbia. That's where it all starts to go wrong. You can sense this life starting, which begins with things like going to the disco and starting to snog boys. And then I started to get into music and almost sort of, there's kind of hilarious passages where I'm clearly trying to reinvent myself as some kind of hipster, and I'm endlessly going to the library and getting out Sartre and, you know, coming home and locking myself in my bedroom and reading books and painting into the night and listening to Patti Smith. And, you know, these things were very at odds with the suburban surroundings.
You talk at one point about the kind of performer that you are and feeling like, you know, you're a quiet performer, or that maybe you haven't taken some risks, and you attribute some of that, you think, maybe, to growing up in Suburbia. You think, if I wasn't being told the whole time, might I be a different kind of artist?
Well, I asked the question. I don't know at all. But definitely that, you know, one of the cultural norms I grew up with was not showing off. Yeah, that was a really big deal, I think, in that time and place. You know, don't show off. Don't make a scene. Don't draw attention to yourself. Just fit in, for God's sake. Just conform. You know, be normal, be average. Don't show us up. That kind of thing, which, you know, again, I can see my parents' motivation, but as someone who's emerging and wanting to make music and be expressive, you know, it's not good advice, frankly. It's not good advice. And so, you know, from the world of music that I was falling in love with, I was getting entirely the opposite message, which is do show off. You know, do make a noise. Speak up for yourself. Be heard. All that kind of stuff. So, you know, given that the early message goes quite deep, you know, then I had to try and sort of pick my way between those conflicting messages and come out the other end of it.
I think you're still doing that on some level. I feel
absolutely. I don't think those kind of things ever come to an end. You know, the complications in your life that are sort of set up sometimes by your childhood or your teenage years or whatever. You know, they're part of you, and you carry on negotiating them.
Thank you for coming and showing off Tracey Thorn.
Thank you.